Good afternoon, YouTube. Touching grass outdoors here with another video hot on the tails of my spotted video. I just wanted to give you a little product breakdown and review of the YakAttack BlackPack. This is not an unboxing video. This thing is already assembled and pretty well used. I've been using it on my kayak for a little while now. Had to do some changes on it and mess around with it to kind of better suit my setup. Just want to get out here and give you guys a good breakdown on this in case you're thinking about purchasing it. So we'll start off with the size. This one is the 13 by 13 model. They also have a 13 by 16 and a 16 by 16. I would say measure out your deck on your kayak and figure out the biggest one you can get. I don't want to say I regret the 13 by 13, but I wish I had gone with the 13 by 16. I could have fitted just fine and it would have given me a little more space, but honestly this is really all I need. This 13 by 13 is pretty much on par with a standard milk crate that most of you are probably running on your kayak when you're first getting into it. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little side by side here. Scoop this guy over and bring in the handy dandy milk crate. As you can see, it's just a little teeny tiny bit taller. The width is pretty much on par, and actually if you exclude the accessories, they're pretty much dead on. With the accessories, obviously it's going to be a little bit wider. I've got the fishing rod mounts on here, which this came with 3 of them, and I'll talk more about those later because they're actually pretty solid. And then on the other side here, I mounted my measuring board sheath. So this thing's pretty good. It's got a lot of attachment points on it. These attachment points here, this is actually what you use to hold it down to the deck of your kayak. And I might as well jump into that now because that one caught me a little bit off guard. So when you get this, it's going to come with these little black plastic pieces, and those will go directly onto these little hooks. Those hooks are applied on all 4 corners of the YakAttack BlackPack, but they don't come with this elastic band. When you get this, if you want to use it right away, you're going to want to get some elastic cord. This is 1/4 inch orange elastic cordage that I got on Amazon. Pretty cheap. Just tied a little square knot in it, no big deal. But if you're setting this thing up at night and trying to go out in the morning, you are going to be sorely disappointed if you don't have anything to strap it down with. I made up 4 of these guys. Set it up on your kayak and measure out the lengths of cordage you're going to need, and you'll be set. Do not lose these, because if you do, you're going to be put in a situation where you're going to be wishing you could strap your kayak down. I have a little carabiner on here, a little stainless steel carabiner. Again, I got that off of Amazon. I just strap these little guys on there when I'm not using it, just to keep them secured and ready to go. One thing the instruction manual recommends is putting these carry handles here on the front and the rear. I thought I was going to be clever when I originally set this box up. I had this fishing rod holder and this fishing rod holder. This one in the center was actually on the other side, and then I just put the carrying handles on the side there. I ended up having to move them. Not a big deal. 5 screws each, so 10 screws total to move it. I ended up moving that because I got my measuring board holder over here and I couldn't really mount it to the front because it would have gotten in the way. Speaking of measuring board holder, let's grab my measuring board and show you how that sets up over here. So this is the YakAttack leaderboard. I might do a product review of this in the future, but there's not much to it. There's numbers on it, it's calibrated, tournament ready. That just slides in there just like that, which obviously does increase the height of your YakAttack BlackPack a little bit. But it's easy to reach behind you if you set it up in the right area. It slides in and out really easily. Grab it, do your fish measuring, pop that sucker back in there. No muss, no fuss. I'm going to get rid of that for now. So size wise on the inside, and now these clips, by the way, are super easy to open. They recommend learning how to do it silent mode, which you put your hand on there and you close it gently, and yeah, you can make that go without a click, but I don't know that I've ever met a fish that's going to care about that. So even if you don't, the click isn't very loud at all. So let's break this open, give you a peek into what I got in here. So I got my fish finder and I got my shroud in here. Those don't stay in there. Obviously when I'm fishing, I'm going to mount those. Same with the battery for my fish finder. It's the Noctua 4.4 amp hour. Meat and potatoes, this is what I'm going to carry in here every day. I've got a little pouch. This is where I carry my colored swim baits. I've got another pouch. This is where I carry my white swim baits. I've got those separated because I usually carry a lot of white swim baits on me. Those are my confidence bait and they work really well. I've got another pouch in here. That's where I carry my terrestrials, like my craws and my worms and things like that. And then I've got another pouch. That's where I carry my my craws in particular. I fish those a lot, especially if I'm largemouth fishing. I always want to have a good amount of craws with me. Then I still got plenty of room around here. I've got these guys here. These are 3600 size, 3700 stackable flames. I've got 2 of these in here. This is where I'm going to keep most of my hard baits, buzz baits, spinner baits, things like that. And then I've got this one, same thing. I've got my spooks and my crank baits, my jerk baits, things like that. So those fit in there, no problem. This guy, I've got some squid trex baits and some micro jigs in here. Fits in there, no problem. I always try to keep a few snacks on me because I don't want to get into a position where I'm ready to get off the water just because I'm hungry. Got some snacks in there. Got plenty of room for a few different liters. I got 10 pound, I got 12 pound, I've got 20 pound leader. I usually carry a 15 pound leader that's a little more accessible to me. Got a neck gaiter, got some gloves, sun protection is important. Speaking of sun protection, I also got some 30 SPF in here. Got a little bit of reel oil, just in case I need to do a little oiling on the water there. I've had issues where my stuff starts grinding and doesn't sound good, so I'll squirt a little bit of reel oil in there while I'm out on the water. And I got a little Guggen baits. I think this is the Bandito bug in a June bug color. I must have taken that off and thrown that in there. Look at that bait, it's beautiful. And Guggen gets a little bit of hate because they're real commercialized, but they really do make some good baits. I've caught a lot of largemouth bass on here, quite a few spotties on here also. So, good little bait. I'm gonna reuse that. And I got a little water bottle in there in case I get thirsty on the water. I don't want to get dehydrated, especially being summer, getting into the hot months here. And then I've got the Bang Anise scent here. I haven't been using that a ton. And, you know, I got a little stretch of 3/16 elastic cord here in case I need to make any repairs or secure anything on the water. I mean, as you can see, this thing, even the 13 by 13, the smallest one they make, it's got plenty of room in here for all your essentials and then some. Nice thing about it is, let's back up. I got a little story for you guys. A little while ago, I was getting back into kayak fishing and I was just using a regular old milk crate, just like this guy here. Now, one thing you'll notice about this milk crate is the top is completely open. I have no clue how I did it, but I ended up flipping my kayak. I was upside down in the water and I had a bunch of tackle in here. Actually, I had 4 3600 trays. We're gonna go and wait in here a minute because I got a plane passing by. I'm right under a flight path, so it's kind of cool watching planes go by, but I'll tell you what, the novelty wears off real quick. Anywho, I just had a little milk crate strapped to the back of my kayak. I didn't have a whole lot going on. And when I flipped, I had 3 or 4 3600 trackle trays in here. I had some extra rope, I had some other accessories. And when I flipped, everything fell out right into the bay. Could not recover it. I lost probably $300-400 worth of tackle there. And speaking of price, this thing is not cheap. It's like $100 on Amazon, maybe even more. I don't really remember what I paid for it. But nice thing about it is you've got these latching tabs here, and I'll tell you what, nothing is going to fall out of here. These latching tabs are completely secure. You can bang this around, nothing coming out of there. One thing I do with it is I put a little elastic cord through this on the handle just to make sure it can't fall off, just as a little extra securement. And you know, hopefully I never need it. Hopefully I never get into a situation where I'm upside down again, but I'm glad to know I have it if I need it. Again, you can use these carabiner clips right here, secure something on there. But that's the main reason I got this, because it has a locking lid. Speaking of locking, hold on tight. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go grab a fishing rod for you guys. Alright, we're back. I got a few fishing rods here. This is my normal setup I've been using on the kayak lately. So these fishing rod holders are really well thought out. They drop right in. You've got a spinning rod that's going to hold in really nicely. But what I really like about these is it comes with this elastic cord. Even one-handed, that elastic cord grabs onto your rod. That's not going anywhere. That's got a pretty good amount of force. My jig popped out there, but that's on mine. That's on my fault. So when you buy it retail, you're going to get 3 rod holders. These clips just pop over them. All 3 of these are Cast King setups. I might do a review on those in the future. I've been really happy with these rods. These are the Spartan 2 series of rods in various lengths and strengths. This right here, we got the Cast King Recon. I love this little reel here. We've got the Cast King capstan. This is actually the second one of these that I got. During the earlier incident, I actually dumped one of these overboard on a different rod. Tragic. And then this is the Cast King Spartacus 2 casting reel. And all these are solid. People talk trash on Cast King because they're cheap. I've got pin rods and I've got all kinds of other stuff, but honestly these Cast Kings are very well built for their price. Yeah, I mean, I think I've gone kind of all over everything I can. Oh, assembly. Assembly on this thing is a pain in the butt. There are a lot of screws on this thing, as you will see all along the rim here. Each panel has a whole bunch of screws. Each hinge securement has several screws, and this does not come pre-assembled. You will have to assemble this yourself, and it will take you quite a while. If I could have paid an extra 20 bucks and gotten this thing pre-assembled, I would have done that in a heartbeat, but they didn't have that option, so I was stuck assembling it myself. When I was going through the instructions, it was super honest. Said something along the lines of, we do not recommend using an electric drill to assemble this, but we know you probably will, and honestly we do too, so just be careful. If you do use an electric drill to assemble this, I would highly recommend setting it down to the lowest torque level you can and finishing it off with a hand screwdriver. You can do the bulk of it with the electric screwdriver or drill motor, whatever you got going on, and then just finish it off by hand, because you don't want to strip out this plastic. You can see there's some of these plastic holes right here that are already drilled out. I could probably drill something back in there no problem, but if I'd stripped them out, it would be a problem. So just be careful when you're assembling this, and honestly set aside about an hour of your time to do it. You might be a little quicker than me, but you might not. I think it took me about 35-45 minutes or so, but I was just kind of chilling and doing it casually. But anywho, once again, this is the, oh, I almost forgot, my most important favorite feature of this the thing that will keep you from supporting foreign governments that you don't approve of and avoid tariffs. This bad boy is made in the USA, along with everything else so far that I've found from YakAttack. Quite possibly everything YakAttack makes is made in the USA, which I really appreciate. Please guys, support American jobs whenever you can. Let's make this country as great as we can, and yeah, just support the American worker. Anywho, we're going to be signing off here. This is my review of the YakAttack BlackPack storage crate, and we're going to be getting back to it. If you like this review, I'll post some more. If not, I'll go a different direction. But if you like it, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, give me whatever you got. I don't know how YouTube works, so bye.